Hey guys, it's Shadowboy here again, and this is actually a MOAB on bootleg, but it was actually my first proper MOAB, which wasn't on a 4v4 tac, so this is a 6v6, and I'm using the ACR silence with this specialist bonus, as normal really, and I didn't get killed with an FMG in the G36 and the streak as well. It was about halfway through the game, but in this gameplay, I actually want to talk about nicknames, and nicknames I have had during the years, and that people I know have had, which have been, ones that have stuck in my head. We'll start with me, and I think the first nickname I can think of is Snotty, which, for a disgusting reason, is because when I was a little kid, I used to pick my nose. And everyone used to call me Snotty because of it, and this probably lasted from 3 till year 6. That's quite a long time just to get called Snotty, but hey, doesn't matter. And then went to a different school and I lost that, which is quite funny, so laugh at that. But then in year 9, when I went on something called Duke of Edinburgh, which is a big thing in the UK where you have to do like a sport for a while, a skill, a service, and go on a war. But on this where my group was the slowest, and my last name is Lopez. Her name is Jennifer. No, she's not my mother, but I wish she was. Apparently my group was really slow, and of course fucking Slopez just works perfectly in with that. So Slopez then became my name, and just to fucking alliterate how much, or how often, sorry, I was called Slopez, we'll start with the fact that it started off with school. It was like just the pupils and Duke of Edinburgh and everyone there sort of laughed along and called me Slopez. But by probably a week since after I got back, my form tutor, Mr. Shepherd, was calling me Slopez. And I think by the end of my time at the school, even the headmaster would be saying, "Hi Slopez, how you doing?" So, that was basically my name for again 3 years. We've got then year 9, so year 9, 10 and 11. And then I kind of went to a different school and I lost my nickname. And now I don't really have one, and it's just usually "Oi fucker" or "Come here." That is normally what I'm referred to by my friends. Lovely, I know. And this is now actually the merge streak, just looking at the gameplay, so yeah. And whatever, then, at this school, so the one where I was Slopez, we had quite a few people with nicknames. We had a kid called, his real name was Thomas Riddick, and I've gone to school with him for years, and every single one of my schools really, apart from one of them, he has been at. And in the first school, he was just called Riddo, and he was a bit of a knob, a bit of a weirdo at the time. He's almost alright now. But yeah, apparently on the first day of year 7, someone said, "What's your name?" As you would. If you started a new school and someone's asked you for your name, and he said, "Well," because he's a bit special, and everyone thought that instead of him saying "why," just being an ignorant twat, they took it as Dwight. So for the next 5 fucking years, this kid was called Dwight. Which is quite funny because there's no fucking reason behind it, apart from the fact that he can't actually speak properly. But this kid ended up getting multiple nicknames during his time there. We've got Door Walker, because during an English class, the teacher fucked him off, and he stormed out and walked into the locked door before unlocking the door. Now normally, someone, you'd laugh at this and just laugh at the kid for walking into this door because it's quite a stupid thing to do. But then, the next lesson, so it was like 2 days later, maybe the next day, we're in English again, and yet again Dwight goes off in a hump. and walked into the fucking locked door. And it was one of the most funniest things. You might have just had to be there. It was just this kid walking into a locked door for the second time in a week. And it's not like they've swapped the doors around. This door is always fucking locked. And even Miss Brill, who's the teacher, went, oh, a bit of deja vu there, Dwight. So, from then, for about 2, maybe 3 weeks, he was then called Door Boy. You know, where door come, like, Door Boy, it's a bit unoriginal, but hey. And another nickname, Dwight, or Door Boy, inherited over the years, was a Biscuit. This one is another, because this kid just likes to throw grumps. The more I think about it, he just was a grumpy kid. We were in the school. After your final lesson, you then had period 6, which was like a sport or a skill or like guitar lessons or something like that. Something you could do. An extra curriculum activity, but you had to do it every day. But in between our lessons and that, we got a little drink, like squash or a tea, and a biscuit. And Mr. Barlow, who was an absolute faggot, decided that today he wasn't going to give us any biscuits for no actual reason, except he just wanted to blast away his power. And Dwight was not happy by this and goes, I want my fucking biscuits! And this, of course, dubbed him the nickname Biscuit for about 2, maybe even 3 weeks. But basically, I mean, he went off in an absolute grump, and we weren't allowed to call him that anymore because apparently it was horrible. Bollocks, you know, he's a kid. Get really used to it. And some other nicknames we had. My friend Sean Bellion was called Bellend because, for obvious reasons, Bellion, Bellend kind of rhyme, and he's a bit of a bellend. But then we had Matt Johnston, who was actually nicknamed Sonar. And the reason for this is apparently in year 7 he came in with like full-on panda eyes like a stoner, and
heads up, enemy UAV spotted.
Someone said, "Oh my god, you're getting stoned on the first day of school," which is quite bollocks. You know, he's year 7. How many people get stoned back when you're like 11 years old? The answer is no one, because unless you're an absolute twat. But hey, you know, he was then called Stoner for the whole time we were at school.
Securing B.
And at my other school, we had a kid. Well, some we weren't actually allowed to call him this, but it was called Shiny Kid, because he couldn't help it. But whenever anything shiny was there, he had to grab it, and it was a bit weird to tease him for it. But hey, anyway, there is the MOAB. I'm actually going to end the commentary there because the rest of the gameplay was fucking awful. So I hope you've liked what you see. If so, please give the video a like, and I'll speak to you later. Peace.